me, circuit knowledge is one of the biggest single things. It stops you using your gut instinct. Each of us has only got a certain amount of motion in the hand. Full gas is where you should be anyway. Nothing worse than sort of dawdling up to something and then trying to run at it, because you're going to get it different each time. The length of the circuit is the length of that line. I'd rather look unstylish and be comfortable, ultimately, and still have the same effect on the bike. Now, obviously, if you're going out to race, you have to be in a situation where you've got the best tyre on, which is possible in that sort of situation, because it's very much about crossing the line first. That's all racing's about at the end of the day. People tend to be gripping so tight onto the bars, the front wheel or the suspension could write you a letter and you wouldn't read it. You're not feeling for it. The concept is simple. To continue your braking after the bike has started to tip in towards the apex needs to be a smooth transition of weight and is in effect trail braking. A couple of goes on it scare the hell out of you. Everybody wants to do a good lap time around the track. That equates to being fast. If your bikes were on the track together, accelerating away, you can imagine what's happening. The half throttle bike would be lagging behind, and as the other bikes are getting further up the rev range, they're stretching that gap even. But once they've got to peak power, that's the time to change gear as opposed to continue revving the bike, because even though the bike will continue to accelerate. Or why you need to change your suspension on the bike, and how you tell the difference between what you should do and shouldn't do. You end up with something off eBay. Is stop. Stop. Of interest, if the bike is bottoming out and the rest of the bike's great everywhere else, a little thing you can. Now, the subconscious, it may have had an incident in its past where it opened the throttle up and the bike had a bit of a slide, for instance. You're going to beat yourself up all the time. If your shoulders drop and you think, oh, once you get out onto the track itself and the immediate, just before going out there, what your anxiety would be up, your heart rate, if you had a pulse meter, would start to go.